who's literally circling the room incredibly bored. Like he's done with this. We haven't punched something in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm probably helping John.
Are
Okay.
there any like patrols of guards going around or anything?
No, there doesn't seem to be patrols. You've got the one guy in this room with a shield guarding the entrance. If you look out here and down, there's a couple of guys guarding here as well, but no one's like patrolling. They just seem to
Yeah,
be
there's no like
static.
routes. Yeah. Damn. Well, I guess I would have been trying to count that, but then realizing it's not really getting anywhere. So
Well, you get to 3. You've counted 3
to 3.
full-on guards, and that's it. And it's been
That's as
very
high as
boring
I
since
can
you got to
count.
3.
I was gonna say that's as high as Knight can count anyway.
That's fine by me. 3 is fine by me.
Mhm. Okay, so what is it exactly you're trying to research, John? Like what are you aiming for?
All right, so I'm going to take the sheets of parchment that have all the symbols laid out, and with a keen mind on Astrosaleus, I'm going to start comparing that text, that character for Astrosaleus, and try to reference that through the tome about how to steal power from this devil, or the tome that mentioned this devil in particular. Trying to do kind of like a mix and match, a seek and find, looking for the devil's true name buried within the tomes and within the glyphs, and see if there's a basis of comparison to line those up to give context to the symbols that I have sitting in front of me that are unintelligible.
Hmm. I'm going to tell you this takes a lot of time. I'm not going to make a roll here because this is you literally just scanning words and comparing words.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
Yeah, it is helpful to have Luna assisting and have a second pair of eyes to make sure you don't miss anything. You go through the entire devil binding tome that you have, and the word Astosaleus and no symbol or rune even like it shows up at any point.
Gotcha.
And in fact, despite the tome being written about the specific devil and mentioning this cave and so on and so forth, there's no particular, like, nothing mentioned it was a pit fiend. You found that out when you got here. Nothing mentions its name, nothing alludes to its name. Like, this tome seems to be written in a way where it's giving you, like, enough knowledge, but it's not passing on those very key details that I think Sol has been specifically saying he's been looking for. Like, a lot of this is very clandestine. It's just not in these books.
Is it?
So, go for it, Luna.
I'm not John, so I'm not taking this as in character knowledge. I'm just curious for out of character to see if it'll help John. But like, is it written in a way that it's like a diary, or is it written to be like a wizard book?
You would say it was more a diary than a wizard book, because a wizard book usually dictates spells and how to cast them. This is something that is written like a, we did this, we were here, this is how to do this. It's the musings, it's the scribblings of a mad scientist sort of thing. Like, it's almost a research journal.
Right, so it's like the assumption that they would know who it was that they're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay.
Yeah, and the impression that I'm getting from this is that this is written with the express purpose of entreating wizards such as John to come here with the promise of power, to find themselves entangled in something beyond their own comprehension, because they believe, like, John is now coming to this, like, realization as he's sitting here reading and learning new things about it, that it's purposefully not the full picture. They're written deceitfully.
DM is very quiet on that one.
I was like, I can neither confirm nor deny there, Mr. DM.
That sounds like.
Not gonna confirm or deny. I'm not gonna suggest anything in any way whatsoever. That is entirely your musing and nothing to do with me or the many things that may or may not be going on here.
All right, but keeping in the same vein, as long as the party's okay with it, because I realize it's taking forever. I've got 2 more books I'm gonna thumb through, and going to read those looking for Astosileus as well, but like broaden the horizons a little bit to where like if I'm wrong on the Astosileus hunch, I might be able to pick up some new information.
I believe one of like you have 3 spell books. Oh, sorry, 3 books if I remember right.
Correct, yes.
So 2 of those books are full of knowledge to do with demons. Only one of those books has anything to do with devils.
Oh, see, so when I received the books, I was told, so these are the notes on the books. How to bind a devil, 1 tome. How to steal power from a devil, another tome. How to summon and bind a devil, 3rd tome. Is how it's written in my notes.
That is,
Pretty
in
sure
fact, incorrect. It is ritual book to summon and bind demons.
Okay, summon.
Orcs notes about dealing with deals with demons and dealing with demons in general. And then a book that has some notes about demons in it, their antagonistic relationship with devils, and then, and this is only like a third of the book, siphoning power from a specific imprisoned devil, which is mentioned in this book in this place. So of the 3 books you have, 1 book has anything to do with devils, and it's only a third of the book.
Yeah, because the other books are how you learned the summon lesser demon spell, right?
Indeed.
Yeah.
So you've got you're immersed in a place right now that is thick with this is all to do with devils, and you have 3 books to do with demons, and just like almost cliff footnotes of like you have a manual about a car, and you're trying to research gasoline. Like, it's to do with the thing, and it's mentioned in the thing, but you're not getting any information about gasoline from this book about a car, other than this makes the car run.
Gotcha. So we've been here on false pretenses this entire time.
I mean, I don't know there's false pretenses. Like, everything I have told you and everything that is in that book about the devil is true. There is a devil trapped here. They have been siphoning power from it. But the books you have suggest that they were siphoning power from that devil to summon demons.
The orcs were.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how they made themselves Tanaruk.
Yeah. Which, like, if you talk to any devil, would be the fucking biggest insult. Like, Jesus Christ. There is a blood war between demons and devils. And one of the books mentions antagonism with devils. That's like one of the things in related to devils. In that demons and devils are so diametrically opposed, they are always 100% of the time at war, no questions asked. And someone started using devil juice to make demon. Super bad. Like, if any devil ever found out that was happening, it would be instant fucking smite. Like, they would go full psycho about it. Also, just going to tangentially mention, there are dragon devils working for Tiamat who used to reside in the devil parts of the hells. So, like, what the orcs are doing, siphoning power from devils to create demons, would be so heretical in the eyes of the thing that caused the world to fall and is, like, asserting the power structure over the world right now. Like, they're ISIS in terms of, like, how well they're liked by the world at the moment. Like, you couldn't be doing anything more suicidal.
I mean, Isis is an Egyptian goddess.
Not
Sure.
that ISIS.
That's definitely what it's
They,
talking about.
they
Not
took
the
her
ISIS I was-
name and kind of defiled it. I'm just saying.
Sure.
It's not even called that in Arabic, like the organization, whatever. You know.
What's it called in Arabic?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, sorry. I was just curious.
I'm
Egypt
fine with that
moment.
being talked about. That was generally just a referential thing, though.
Okay, fair.
So for my character knowledge, because I apparently had the wrong idea for some of this, the knowledge that I thought that I had about how to bind a devil, so laying the trap for the Abashi and then binding them with the rituals contained in these tomes, is actually for demons and not for devils.
Because there is information there about siphoning power from an imprisoned devil, it does talk about ways you could bind a devil.
Okay.
However, looking at it with this new and critical eye, it
Yes.
might be theories about how to bind a devil, and not necessarily practiced and tried information that is guaranteed to work.
Cool. We got Han Solo's notes on how to infiltrate a fucking federal and imperial prison.
Yeah, it's you're in the thick of it right now, noticing that this is all a bit from the hip.
I thought-
Weren't a lot of these written by orcs?
It's not clear if these are written by orcs or annotated by orcs or like added onto by orcs, because like there's different scripts in different handwritings that seems to be compounded. These books aren't necessarily written by a person. These books were kind of passed around through different wizards and shamans and whatnot, and have different
No.
handwritings.
Did the book change then? Because I could have swore in an earlier session you were saying that if John studied it for a long time, he might be able to learn how to bind a devil.
That was the impression he got at the time, and this is the point where I'm reeling on further study. It's giving you a lot of information on how to bind a devil, but it's all theory. So, like, it could 100% work. However, these books haven't been like, oh, we've done this binding and it worked this way and it's like 100% foolproof. But the magic is sound, and John is an arcane caster, so with research and time, he could like finish the spell and extrapolate from these notes. You're just not going to be able to copy a perfectly bind demon spell from these notes. There is information here about circles used to like capture a demon and like hold it in place, but there's also no information on whether that would work on a pit fiend or a lesser devil. Like this is all 90% of the information without that very critical 10% that would make you confident about any of this stuff.
Too much of it is conjecture.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is that you have a full jigsaw puzzle in a box that doesn't have the picture on the top. That's what I'm telling you. All the pieces are definitely there. But how to put them together and get them all right would be very time consuming because you don't have that picture on the box to work off of.
And presumably the surface area that you're laying the jigsaw on isn't big enough for all of the pieces at the moment.
I'm going to say no to that part, because I think
Really?
John's mental map, John's intelligence is high enough that anyone else reading these books, intellect-wise, would probably read them and go, those are some strange, creepy ramblings.
And this, I'm not talking about John's intelligence, I'm talking about John's power level. The power that John can bring to bear. At the
I'm
moment,
researching a 7th level spell right now and only have access to 3rd.
Yeah, John doesn't.
Maybe, but this is one of these things that I don't know if you've noticed. Sol, he's a 0 level spellcaster, but has a lot of magical things and is in the middle of an alchemy lab. So, like, even as a 3rd level spellcaster, there's ways. There's ways if you have the means. And this book talks about a lot of the means being drawn from a devil.
Yeah.
So a lot of this hinges on the idea that no one has the power to do the things that are mentioned in these books, but there's ways to steal it and turn it back against those that would be using it against you. So it's almost literally a book about circumventing that limit.
Mm.
And I don't know if it matters or not, but because I don't speak the language that is whatever's happening in this, The way that I would be helping John is using prestidigitation to summon like a copy of the symbol that he's looking for, and then like compare it to the page, like move it over the page to see, like go over every symbol.
Excellent. That's a wonderful use of prestidigitation, and that absolutely helps. But that also helps in a way that 100%, like you are both convinced that the symbol you are looking for does not match any symbol in all these 3 books. And it takes a matter of hours to search through them, even using this method. But at the end of it, you're convinced this symbol that you now have is something that no one here can read. Assuming I've checked everyone's character sheets correctly, no one here can read and does not feature in any of these tomes.
Oh, comprehend languages can read it.
Yes, but this is the thing. Now you've read it, but you've read it using comprehend languages. You haven't read it and gone, that's this language that I know. You've just read it, but you still don't know what language it is.
Do I need to know what language it is?
I'm just saying that's a piece of information that you don't have yet.
Yeah, there's
Can he read it out loud?
context.
Can he pronounce it?
Yeah, he can say it in common if John is so inclined.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
will
probably
he-
something that it's probably something that John mutters under his breath like the whole time that we're searching. I just think this is like taking hours. I'm sure the frustration is going to begin to mount, and he's going to be like fucking like I'm gonna ask to slates. So it's just one of those like as he's like manically flicking through the book.
Oh, you're repeating the name out loud repeatedly.
Oh,
No, not like
he's
not like in
muttering
a
it.
summoning kind of way, but like yeah,
No,
like
but that is-
incoherently.
That is what you just described me doing. Is that genuinely what John is doing? Is he
Bro, you
repeating the
summon
name
Beetlejuice.
Astrosaleus
Can
over and
I?
over
I
and
know a
over?
lot about devils though. Can I like if he starts muttering that? Can I be like, oh, stop?
How quickly do you say "ooh, stop"?
If he does it 2 times, I'm probably gonna be like, no.
Okay, so John, you start muttering to yourself without even realizing, because you're kind of in a frantic searching for word mind state. You utter to it, and Luna stops you. Like you're alerted to the fact of what you're doing mid you doing it.
What?
You're saying the name.
Is it the name though? That's what we're trying to figure out.
I don't recognize it. I don't know what you're saying, but you're looking at the symbol and you're saying a thing. I don't think it's good.
Just in case it's not undercommon, yeah.
It's not undercommon.
Okay.
Okay. What languages do you speak, Luna? Because I've checked everyone else's character sheets, but yours was open to the spell page.
Elven, well, Elvish, Sylvan, Draconic, Common.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know
It's not
shit
one of
about
those
Infernal, so whatever he's saying, it sounds bad to me, so I'm just like, no.
Yeah, it's not one of those languages.
It's not thieves' cant, is it?
Strangely enough, no, it's not thieves' cant.
Damn.
Else.
Next
Okay.
time.
You know what? So after this, we're failing here to get this done. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna spend 1 more hour to finish preparing the spell that I got from the Pretty Guy's spell book. I'm gonna finish transcribing that into my spell book.
Okay. While you're doing that, Clark, you wanted to have a conversation with Ran.
Yeah, I'm just Croc's just gonna fill Red in on what's going on.
Mhm.
Just say like, we're talking to these former members of the Cult of the Dragon.
Right.
The devil is down there. It's a very tenuous thing. It's currently being presided over by this weird alliance between these former cult members, this orc tribe, and what appears to be just be like, like maybe just some random people that have just happened to be like stumble upon this.
Sounds incredibly unlikely.
Yeah. And Croc is going to take that that amulet that they pulled off of the monk guy, and say, "Do you mind identifying this for me?"
Do you want me to identify it here, or You know what? I'll use a spell slot. He identifies it in a minute flat, and I will give you the spell card
Cool.
for that.
And yeah, Croc's just gonna check in and see if Ren has any like thoughts or opinions, like like maybe a way to like Croc's thinking about like seeing if they can just defeat the orc shaman and essentially beat the defeat the orc shaman, be like, I am more powerful than you, so now you need to tell me things. Like Crux are like, is that just a stupid idea? Is it like do you think it'll respect the the orcish violence of it, or do you think it's too far gone with this devil thing?
Ren is just going to say to you, as soon as devils are involved, all bets are off. Like,
Yeah.
that's his opinion, is that trying to judge what will happen surrounding creatures that are drenched in manipulation is an exercise in futility.
I kind of thought that, but I just wanted to get the opinion of someone that was a wee bit smarter than me. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really want to waste a bunch of time here. Like, I'd much rather move on and deal with more of these ice things. But this could be good.
And Vren, he had his ritual spell book open, like when you approached, and he sort of like closes it. He's he's by the cart, but the elk is settled down, like half sleeping, and Vren is kind of like laying against it in the crook of its legs. The guard drake is asleep on top of the cart at the moment, which seems to have been Vren's solution to like parting the two, so everyone settles down. He's going to close his spell book and say, in any adventuring party or any group of friends, there are times that we do what we don't want to do.
Aye.
Specifically because there will be times that those allied with us won't want to follow our path, but we have to ask it of them. And that is, in essence, how an adventuring party works. You bend to do things you don't want to do, and hope or expect or ask others to do the same for you later.
Fair enough. Not something I really knew, so I appreciate you explaining it.
Similarly, Croc, it is why I'm here. I don't want to be at the mouth of a devil cave surrounded by creatures that are resistant to the only kind of magic I am good at. But I am here because all of you are my allies, and one of the few hopes in the world to turn back the tide against the occupation of dragons. So here we are, trusting John and Luna's plan, which I don't fully understand, in the hopes that it might bring us closer to that goal. If it does not, that will be a lesson learned, and that's positive. If it does, then that is also positive. So we just put our trust in our friends. That's why we are here. We are here for friendship.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm not. I'm with you on that. I get it. I guess I'll go back down and see how they're getting on.
Do that. And the faster we get through this, the better. And if you need me, merely ask Luna to send me a message. I will rush down there as quickly as I can.
I'll do. In fact, can you do the message sign?
That is a thing that Varen would immediately have a reaction to. Because he knows that off the top of his head. I, as the DM, have to check character sheet for a moment. No.
Alright.
Not a spell he has access to.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head back down and see what I can do.
Very well. So at that point, I think it makes sense to skip ahead to everything that's happened at this point, like of John deciding he's going to spend the next hour to research a spell, and that would probably be the moment where Karak wanders back in and reestablishes with the party, so everyone's back together. So what does the scene look like from Karak's perspective? I assume John and Luna are sitting down researching together, still doing the symbol thing.
Yep.
There's a very bored L. He
Mhm.
like he even sometimes he's bored to the point where he tries to go over and see what they're doing, then remembers he can't read even if it wasn't common, and just walks away, starts pacing across the room again.
Uh-huh.
That's literally all he does.
That said, also, Croc, you should have something in the magic items page that you can read.
Yes, I read that when I was talking to you.
Righto.
Crack will just walk into the room and be like, alright, how's it going in here?
Wonderfully. Oh, sorry. I used sarcasm again.
You're still not very good at it.
We have the foundation. What it looks like is it's all theory.
Alright.
It's sound, but whoever wrote this never put it into practice. So we have some work to do to get everything ready.
So we'll be
Souls.
talking. Oh,
Sol's going to speak up at this point and say, I think the biggest hurdle, honestly, to all of this is that giant creature actually guarding the devil. You might be able to siphon from it, you might be able to put any of this in practice, but I'm almost entirely sure if you're going to steal the access that the orc has already established to this being, you're going to need to be able to at least see it.
Very possibly. I'm also trying to mentally prepare myself to endure the ritual to carry the brand of warding. Although I don't know that that's necessary yet.
I have a very scientific question here.
I'm intrigued.
What's stopping us from beating the shit out the shit out of the orc fucking shaman and getting the information we need?
The golem.
No, he's
Oh,
in
wait.
another room.
Is the golem in the room with the shaman?
No.
No, the golem is in the room with the devil. The shaman, I've dealt with him for many a year. I'm pretty sure he would die before giving up that information.
I
Worse than that.
considered that as well. I hashed out with the orcs and I spoke to Fred, and kind of the conclusion that I came to and Vren backed me up on was basically this thing is so wrapped up in all this devil stuff that it would rather die with the power that it has than give it up and work and be under someone else.
Wait, you found out stuff about the shaman?
Not as much as I'd like. The shaman, from what I can tell, was born into this tribe. It was just another one of them. And then one day it changed. I think that maybe the devil got into its head and twisted it all up and corrupted it.
That's
And now it's in the position it is. But as like the de facto most powerful orc, it should have been the one in charge. But the rest of the orcs considered it so unlike them that they had a chieftain anyway.
Oh, sounds like the shaman is fully lost in the devil sauce.
Aye, I think so.
Soul, does the
Well-
chieftain have one of your protection marks? Or not the chieftain, the shaman.
So
And Soul is like, I inscribed the marks on his flesh. Yes.
Is it possible that it's all fallacy, that it doesn't work?
When did you scribe the marks on its flesh?
Over 10 years ago.
What I mean to say is, was it another member of the orc band at that point, or was it already the shaman?
I don't converse very easily with orcs. From what I understand, it is the shaman. It is the shaman who.
I think
has
to
experimented-
translate what I think Kruak means, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you inscribed the shaman with the rune, had it already come into contact with the devil? Was it already acting as a shaman? Or did you transcribe the rune before it was even allowed to enter this place?
Aye,
Was
that.
Was it compromised already when you scribed the rune?
To give you the full history, the Cult of the Dragon occupied this cave and the space outside it. The orcs moved in, they were a band of marauders at the time, and waged a conflict with us. At the end of the conflict, we were both weakened enough that an uneasy alliance was formed lest we both die. The world was changing, times were difficult, and we were at least able to translate enough that we showed them that this cave and what it contained was too dangerous. If they slaughtered us all, they would be slaughtered by it, and no amount of fleeing would save them. So we established an alliance, the mark was carved into flesh, and thus we are up to today. The orcs, as far as I know, did not come here seeking the devil. But all of that quite easily could have been manipulation, and I've had years to think it over. Why they attacked our location, how they came in the amount of numbers they did to almost wipe us out, but not quite, it all seems too convenient to me. So I don't know. I don't have exact answers for you. But none of this... I am trapped in this structure. But none of this seems right. If it were up to me, we would have never made that alliance with the orcs. He would have never had the knowledge he had.
But you were the one that put the mark on him.
I was, yes.
So
In
was he just a
attempt-
normal orc or not?
He looked normal to me at the time.
I don't suppose you've tried to glance at his thoughts lately with that helm of yours.
Oh, I absolutely would if I had been able to see him in quite some years. Unfortunately, the entrance to his domain is guarded by an orc who has not let me or any one of my cultists pass. And if we attempt to, that invalidates our treaty. And it would be war between the orcs outside and us inside. We would be cut off from all supplies and slaughtered. They would not survive, the devil would be released, everyone dies. It's a lose-lose situation.
I mean,
Interesting.
half the
Oh,
orcs
yeah.
outside might already be gone.
Oops.
Yes, and this is the closest I've been to death in years and the closest I've been to victory in years. They seem to come side by side.
What we probably need to know is how much time we have if we killed the shaman before the devil would be too powerful for us to do anything.
It would be an immediate ticking clock. From what I understand, The devil and his power is kept in a state of catatonia because we are bleeding power from him. But I don't know that he's actually bound heavily enough to be contained in this place. I think he's contained because power is constantly being bled from him.
Right.
If that power stops being bled, it's a matter of time before it's back to full power and we're fucked.
But how much
Can
time?
we?
I don't know. I've never even seen the devil. I just know it's here.
So you mentioned that there was a golem that was protecting the actual location of the devil's stasis corpse thing, right?
Yes. A
Is there
construct.
access to the golem and the devil without disturbing the orc shaman?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
The orc shaman is... The chamber to the south has my militia in it. The chamber to the right of the chamber to the south is where the shaman is, constantly guarded by an orc that never eats and never sleeps.
Okay, so this is so on the map. This is militia, and he's saying the right of that. This is the shaman.
Yep.
Okay, and then surmising that the devil is this way, beyond deeper into the northern reaches of the cavern.
Not only is it that way, but he will tell you there are traps on the way to protecting there, and he is more than happy to either send one of his guys or lead you directly himself to exactly the chamber where the giant construct is, and to disarm all the traps on the way. But he's telling you right now, he is not fighting that construct. He believes it is certain death. He doesn't know what you guys are about. You guys might be fucking astounding. He's never seen you in action. He's just seen that you've, like, obliterated his people on the way in, so maybe. But in Soul's eyes, and he will directly tell you this, that construct is certain death. It is certain death that is hiding certain death behind it. That room is just... It may as well be hell in his
Okay.
eyes.
Okay. Last question in this topic. The
From you?
construct, from me, yes. The construct, is it bound to the room that it's in? Can we go scope it out? Is there any threat if we go take a look?
I know nothing about this construct, except that as soon as you try and cross a certain threshold and get even remotely close to it, it will murder you. It will
Okay.
attack you relentlessly.
And then when you retreated, did it pursue you or did it let you retreat?
No one that's gone in there to fight it has lasted long enough to retreat.
That is good to know.
That was
Um,
going to be my question. My question was going to be if we pulled away, would it pursue us? But
Yeah, go
Are
out,
there-
feel it out.
I think it's too big to fit.
okay,
Are
That's a
there
good sign.
any, like, does... do I know anything about golems?
I'm sure
You-
that between us we know something about golems.
I was going to say, anyone that thinks they might can roll me an Arcana check and let the dice decide.
that won't be me.
Oh, we'll let John roll.
I help?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Fuck
that
you.
DC 25 that you've
Well,
been looking for this
It's
entire
an
time.
advantage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Natural 20. Okay, that's the opposite.
No,
Jesus.
That's right. We hit 25 finally.
Now that we don't need it.
Need a cleric. We need some guidance in this vision.
Okay, so I'm going to explain it this way. Luna, everything you know about golems is from, like, Fey ancestry knowledge, and that's very different to the kind of stuff that John knows about golems. And in fact, from what this guy is telling you, John, that is generally how a golem works. Sometimes, like, they're created, they're given some standing orders. The mage that constructed them and gave those orders either dies or just never comes back, and that golem will relentlessly follows those orders to the letter for the rest of its existence. So if its orders are kill anyone that tries to come into this room except me, the wizard that created you, it will try and kill anyone that ever comes into that room from that point on, ever.
So John knows how Al fights, right? Given his 25 Arcana roll, can I hurt this golem? Or is it...
It depends on the kind of golem. If it's a flesh golem, maybe. If it's a clay golem, possibly. If it's an iron golem, fuck no. If it's a stone golem, and it depends. It depends what kind of golem it is, and you guys haven't had eyes on it.
Hey, Soul, what kind of golem is it?
It's made of.
It is of brass and wood and stone.
Oh, you better fucking not have.
What?
Croc Engie.
Was that a Croc reaction or a Dan reaction?
That was a Dan reaction, and you know damn well why.
He knows
Evil
damn well
croc.
why.
Haha.
Could you enlighten the class, Dan?
Yeah, what's
No,
going on?
because it's funnier if I don't.
Oh, Jesus.
But I am going to send Blaze a DM and see what
I'm
snarky
already the DM.
Is this
Anyway.
a returning character or is this a Dragon Ball Z thing?
Neither.
Both.
Interesting.
So yeah, to John's knowledge, you don't know of any golems that are constructed of several materials like that. Generally, golems are constructed of a material.
Yep.
Likewise, from my knowledge, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Well, I've got no
Are-
knowledge of what that could possibly be.
Are they normally magical resistant or anything?
Magical resistant. Double checking. Yes. Specifically, golems are magic resistant. They have advantage on saving throws against magical effects.
But I mean, like frost, fire, wind, water.
It's different
Oh,
based
fire
on the
specific.
type.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
Different based on the
Okay.
type, but a lot of golems are like immune to certain damage that is from non-magical attacks. So oftentimes magic can overcome resistances. There are certain golems, however, like for example, if it's an iron golem, which he didn't specify iron, he said brass and stone and wood. But if it's an iron golem, if you do fire damage to them, they don't take any damage, they heal the amount of fire damage you did. So if it was an iron golem and Vren was around, the most he'd be able to do is repair the thing.
Great.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that God introduced the character to this game and didn't want the character to be too effective. So nerfed it.
No? Because I specified it's not an iron golem, that's just a thing that you know about iron golems. It is made of brass and wood and stone. That's what Soul said it was made of. Which
So the
isn't
wood
a
part
golem.
is
Yeah.
specifically weak to fire.
Yeah, could be.
Soul,
Yes.
do you reckon if we destroyed it, you would have a shot at circumventing the shaman, or would we also have to deal with the shaman?
If I can have access to that room, I can absolutely circumvent the shaman
Which
and
room?
cut the devil room that the
Okay.
construct, the golem, is guarding. If I can get in there,
Wait. Wait. We're going face to face with the devil?
No, the golem.
Well, the
Well-
devil eventually. While it's still dormant.
What?
I think collectively in this room, none of us want that devil dead. Because from what I understand from what Soul was saying, if it dies, it goes back home, and then we're fucked. And if
Yeah.
it gets powerful and it breaks out, we're also fucked. We want it unconscious there. Right?
Giving us power.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, but how does going into the room it's in achieve
If-
that?
If I can interact with the devil, I can siphon its power for myself. And
The
Soul
staff thingy?
can establish relationships to circumvent the shaman, who is currently their only link to siphoning the power. and the shaman is stealing it all, or a vast majority of it, for the orcs.
I don't know what he's doing with it, but yes, I believe he is funneling it to the tribe.
So we can either kill the shaman, then fuck with the golem, and hope that we can make it to the devil before it powers up,
Yeah.
or we go to the devil first, establish our own connection.
Cut the shaman out of the mix completely, and
Yes,
then we can deal with the shaman.
Going for the
Yes.
golem first makes most sense.
I
I
think so
agree.
as well.
Especially because it sounds like the shaman is locked up in his little room and wouldn't even notice the disturbance.
Until it was too late for him.
And I
Yes.
suggest you do it as soon as possible, because once the new chief is elected, those bodies of those dead orcs that you killed are going to start getting shipped into the shaman's room, and they're going to walk back out.
What?
What?
Yeah, this has been explained
That's why
to
they
us.
look so fucky.
Yeah,
That is why they look so fucky.
I did
Oh.
explain this to you this morning, but you
We're
were probably
fighting-
still half asleep.
We're fighting the golem today?
Something else that we have to deal with is that Abashi is going to crawl its way out of the hells and is going
Yeah.
to be coming straight here.
Yeah, so
So
the
we
bit,
have to.
yeah, the better that we the sooner that we are on top and in control here, the better.
We also have to spend some time and finish researching and proving out. I need time to magically establish this ritual to bind the Apache, so we don't just send it back to the hells, because these guys can't deal with it. And if we leave them alone, the Apache
Yeah.
will come and free the pit fiend, and that is bad for everyone.
Just remember, John. Chill touch.
Yes, I'm very aware, and I also have a new surprise for that bastard.
Good.
He won't see it coming.
Double
Or he
good.
will. I don't fucking care.
Great. So, do we want to go kick the fuck out of a golem?
Yeah.
I want to go feel a golem out. Not in a creepy
Ew.
way. I don't want to
Ew, I
commit to
fly
the
off
fight.
John's shoulder.
I want to commit to the fight. I don't want...
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
Luna.
Let's get eyes on it and see what we're going up against, eh?
Aye. Is everyone at full power? Has
Oh, I'm
anyone
doing-
used any of their magical acumen today?
I'm doing fine.
As
Likewise.
full as I can be.
I'm
Nah,
like
do we have...
good-ish.
Do we just assume that this golem is going to be resistant to mundane attacks? Do we
I
have any
think-
way to power up weapons?
I have a thing that I would like to talk to yous about. If that's okay?
Please.
Well,
So, we'll come and get you when we're ready to be taken to the golem. Is that all right?
if we
Yes.
if we need any magical weapons, we could always ask Soul. Better call Soul.
Oh no!
Better call Saul.
Oh god. Yep, Saul Goodman over here.
You see that was the joke in my brain. As soon as we found out his fucking name, I was just, better than that.
Yeah.
I
I'm
rose
not.
above that joke.
I'm not above it.
Well, you see, a lot of comedy is about timing, and there was a right moment to tell that joke. Straight away wouldn't have been as funny.
Yeah.
Leaving it until way down the line was very funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because now that
okay.
we're friends, maybe he'll loan us magical weapons?
I mean, do you have anything like that, Soul?
I
Have a militia.
have a militia, I may have some magical artifacts, and I would be willing to offer some if I
Wait.
am left in charge of this cave and siphoning the power of the devil, which, by the way, I would put into creating more magical items.
I mean,
Uh,
I think we can't devote our time and resources to staying here. So part of this agreement with you, I think, and Crowd will look around at the group, is that would be the intention.
Yeah, you give us some of the power and we help you out.
And then we'll also, help with the Abashi problem and
Why do we need magic weapons?
To kill
we can hurt the
Tiamat, I
thing.
mean,
I mean,
Well, to
you
kill
can all
Tiamat, yes, but to hurt the Abashi, but to hurt the Golem, to
yeah.
Knight has a magic weapon already, and the rest of you don't use weapons.
Croc just holds up their hands.
Exactly.
Al, you need
Those need to
magical
be magic.
fists.
Al
Well,
needs magic fists.
Yeah, but that's not a weapon. That's you can't magic my hands.
Actually, I can.
Brass
That's
knuckles.
what I was trying to tell you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And the cultist of the claw that's up in the back wall huffily folds his arms right now.
And Croc is just giving Al an incredibly annoyed look.
Both in and out of character, I genuinely don't understand.
Good. It's incredibly in character.
That's how we like it.
And Sol is going to chime in at this point and say, I'm sorry, what's this discussion about?
Discussion is the fact that Al is really only useful when he's getting punched in the face.
What? I punch things very well too.
Oh, you're one of those.
I am the best one of those.
Didn't work out so well with the Abashi.
Sol reaches into like the sleeve of his robe and tosses something at you. Do you catch it?
Instinctively, yes.
Perfect. There you go. You also have access to something on the magic items table, and you would know what it does because Croc, you just watched the second one of those insignias get tossed to Al.
Croc is just like, okay. Well,
What is it? What is it?
there goes my surprise.
He doesn't
Yeah.
know what it does yet. Only you know what it does, but he
Yeah.
got tossed the
Shiny.
insignia.
Shiny.
What
does it do?
Shiny
It
how?
makes his hands magic.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard a couple ladies say his hands are magic, but I didn't really believe them.
What the fuck? Hey, not the time.
Oh. Well, I mean,
John cocks an eye at Luna like, what? And I'm the creepy one?
how's that creepy?
I mean, I have no idea.
Right? I don't know why everybody's being so weird. We all use magic. Al's is just hands.
How do I make this work?
The same way you made the ring work.
The ring?
I very intently look at the insignia for like 10 minutes.
That's not the way it works. Staring at it does nothing.
Well, that's how I put on the ring and looked at it for 10 minutes and it worked.
Can I go over
I
and look at it and see if I can help him?
You can help him. This is a magic item. It activates under specific circumstances, and it doesn't require attunement. So as long as it's on his person, thing will happen.
Croc yeah. So Croc will pin it to Al's like jacket.
No, he takes the jacket off, pin it to his
Yeah.
fucking chest.
Only
Okay,
every
okay. Croc will pierce Al's nipple with it.
What the fuck? No, thank you.
Pants. Put in his pants.
Yeah. So Croc will like find a safe place to like clip it to Al.
Pants, I'm guessing, based on Luna's discussion.
I think so.
Through
yeah.
his nipple.
Eh,
Sleep
That's
is on
very
this.
pants
satire.
nipple.
Wait, that doesn't sound very good. Okay,
The
you know what?
celibate.
And I'm wearing my jacket again just because I kind of forgot to say I put it back on. I'm wearing it again.
Okay, well, considering you got habit of taking it off, just keep this clipped on here, alright?
Sure. Wait, that's it?
Aye!
I don't feel any different.
Punch a
You
wall.
won't until you're in combat, at which point it will activate. Says Sol.
Shrug.
Croc is tempted to punch Al in the face in a shake combat.
Gotta do what your character would do.
How about you go test this new wonderful gift I've just given you on the construct I was talking about? Shall I lead you there before you start a fight between yourselves?
I mean, Krog didn't say that out loud, but I'm assuming that Sol read it on Krog's face.
I mean, the way you're going to be looking at Al in that moment, like, yeah. Plus, maybe Sol is making some assumptions here because Karat looks part orc, so
yeah,
it could be a racism thing.
It could be a racism
He
thing.
also has a telepathy helmet.
True. He could just be reading Karat's mind. You don't know.
Yeah.
I will stretch and jump in place a few times and okay, let's kick a golems out.
All right.
The ass
Okey
isn't the
dokey.
weakest point, but
With how big this thing is, it may be the only part that you can reach.
oh,
Okay, so are you guys following Soul at this point? Because he's leaving towards the golem.
yeah.
Alright, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a thing where I'm gonna move tokens for a moment. Just everyone stay still.
Nope.
Ah,
I have
Jarring
to play...
transition in 3, 2, 1.
Shouldn't actually be that jarring. Hopefully, assuming I'm doing this right, which Roll20 is fighting me here.
I hope I'm severely jarred. Oh, there we go.
I'm severely
I am
canned.
showing like a basic.
We're just
way of
power
heading.
strutting forward. Holy shit!
I'm like
There's-
generic peanut butter right now. I'm so jarred.
Oh my god.
before
Okay.
we go further, this isn't the formation we're moving in. Just to make it clear.
Yeah.
No, the formation doesn't matter. I'm just showing you where you guys are going. So Soul moves you through at least 3 traps up to here. And he says it's up these stairs. At the top of these stairs is where everyone that I knew during my childhood died. And you can smell. Like, this area is just rife with putrefaction. Like, it's fucking gross here.
And there's no more traps up there?
There's a trap halfway up the stairs, which I am
I remember.
afraid to go up and disarm.
But you
Because
could tell
Why?
the knight how to disarm it?
Does this thing have long arms?
yes, arms longer than I am.
Oh,
How fucking
What's
big is this thing?
Massive. And I
Well-
am terrified of it, and I am not scared of any mortal creature.
before we do this, do you think we should go get Vren?
He's got to take care of the elk and the dragon.
But I mean, if we all die down here because we didn't have Vren backing us up,
If you want to go back through all of the traps, John, to get Vren, you can.
Luna, I don't mean to. You could just fly over them.
Oh shit, I could! Do you want me to do it?
You could also message Ren.
Could you
He's
please?
way out of range now. It's only like
What if you're-
100 something. Before, I was going through, like I had a diagonal vertically as well, because he's like up on the thing.
Yeah, he's up.
Yep.
Yeah. At this point, Luna couldn't even message one of the people that we were in the room with.
All right, fair enough.
I'd probably have to be like here, considering he's also vertical.
Yeah.
So
I
just out
could
of
have,
curiosity,
if it's okay, I could have tried to do it while we were leaving, if Karat could have mentioned that a while ago.
Yeah. If you because obviously I rushed you through the movement, but that
Right,
discussion could have
exactly.
happened like immediately as you start exiting the room. So
Oh, sorry,
do you
John
want to
mentioned it first and then Karat.
yes.
Yep.
Do you want to have called Vren?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's just a wise move.
So Sol tells you to wait here and says he'll move back through the traps and meet Vren at the entrance and then bring Vren back here. Are you guys cool with that?
yeah, before he goes though, how far? Like he said, it's at some point it's too big to go through the golem thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly is the point? Like, not exactly, but like generally speaking.
He believes once you get to the top of the stairs, it will consider you a threat.
And if we go down the stairs, it's too big to chase.
He explained that no one's ever survived to do that, as far as he knows.
Okay.
Hopefully, because that appears to be 5 foot wide, it is a huge creature and will not fit.
Indeed.
So,
Hopefully.
Could only hope.
could I, when I talked to Ren, asked okay. Before I asked Ren to show up, could I ask Soul, can you take care of, like, do people hate guard drakes? If you take care of a pet of mine or ours, are you gonna kill it?
I'm an ex-Cult of the Dragon cultist. No, we invented guard drakes.
Okay, well, can you take care of our puppy while we're fighting?
I will take care of your puppy while you're fighting. I'm going to lead your friend here. I'll talk to him about how to go find your puppy, and then I'll guard him.
Okay. And then I'll
So-
tell Vren to show up with the guard drake. That way they can keep track. I'm assuming the elk's gonna fuck off no matter what.
The elk might fuck off. It might not. Vren is led here with the guard drake. You can tell that Soul is just fucking delighted to meet this guard drake. Like, it's really a struggle. He's been trying to maintain an air of smug superiority this entire time, and as soon as he sees the guard drake, it's, oh my god, puppy! Like, he just melts.
What a summer.
Yeah, we love them too.
So keep
So
him
he,
alive.
I will guard him with my life.
Oh.
And he is going to exit. Well, you know what? He's going to return to his, like, little alchemy room with the guard drake and introduce it to all his friends.
Exit
Uh,
stage right.
Before he leaves, he's going to point out a few things to you. There were a couple of traps into getting through here. He's disabled them on the way past. Can you see the arrow on the map, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. He mentions this room that I'm pointing to right here. You'd have to climb over something to get to it. Don't go in there. That is the garbage disposal room. There is a monster in there that they throw corpses, refuse, anything to. It needs to be fed fairly often. It's horrible. It'll try and eat you. He mentions that down here is a room that it's trapped. He doesn't know how to get in. It's the shaman's room. Pretty sure there's demons in there.
Oh.
The shaman's room was down here next to his troops barracks.
I think
Yes.
it's a room that belongs to the shaman, not the shaman's main base
yes.
of operation.
Correct.
That makes significant sense.
English people say things weird.
Does he tell us what's in here?
Where?
Where is in here? I didn't see a mark.
Yeah.
Here?
As far as he's concerned, that room doesn't exist because to get to that room, you have to go. If I can, you have to go up here and along here and over. And again, this is the kill box, so he's never been.
Gotcha.
That's how that layout works. Okay.
Yep. It's a goes.
So now that you're here and Al and Knight are in that area, let me just go onto the GM layer and reveal something that you can see. So this room is just full of. Ignore that. That's not supposed to be there. I was using that as reference. Just full of bodies. And by full of bodies, I don't necessarily mean whole bodies. Some of them are smushed completely flat. Some of them have been chopped clean in half. These are brutally mangled corpses covering every inch of this place. It's a bloodbath. A lot of them in various states of decomposition, but no one has gone up there to clear it out. That's just what that is.
Do I
Gotcha.
know what a golem is considered creature type wise?
Yes, it would make sense to me if you know that, and I believe it is creature type construct.
Fuck. Okay.
Shatter! Someone call Sleepy's character.
Call Melissa?
Yeah.
From the state of the bodies, could we tell what predominantly wounds were inflicted? Do they just look like they were crushed and then like ripped apart? Do they look like they're cut in half with some kind of sharp object?
Yes to both.
Oh.
Cool.
Some were smushed flat, so it could be that they were just trodden on. Some were cut clean in half, so big old blade.
Right. Well, What are the chances it's immune to fire?
Ren just bristles.
Right.
Well, part of it was made out of wood, Soul said.
You said, do we just want to like lob fireballs up the hole until we don't hear anything?
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
know
a
how
lot
many
of burnt corpses.
I don't know how many fireballs I have, but I could try.
I don't know how big the chamber is beyond, so it could be a huge room. We might be wasting them if we start lobbing them now.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on,
Also,
let me check. Just see
I'd like
that.
to hit it with fire at the start of the fight. That way we could see if it like
So we know.
is immune or if it regenerates from it or whatever, and then we could like let Ren position himself the fuck out of the way so he's not in
Yeah.
harm's danger. Harm's
Andy.
danger.
You
It's
brought me.
mostly
You brought me down here to fight something that regenerates from fire.
We don't know what it is. We know it's a construct of some. It was referred to as a golem.
A golem made of brass and wood and stone.
You say golem, and Vren looks worried. You say brass and wood and stone, and he goes, "That's not a golem."
What is
is
it?
it?
Are you familiar with this type of creature?
Well, no, but that. It's like someone saying, "I saw this weird cat," and then describing something with wings. I just know that's not a cat.
Great. So all that we know is that we know that it's a golem, except for it's not a golem. Cool.
Kruk is about to say something, but Kruk doesn't have the knowledge to know that, so Kruk is not going to say anything.
There are griffins. They're kind of cats with wings.
No, I think a griffin is all bird and
lion.
But
oh
they
no, I
got-
guess part
They got
cat.
lion legs.
Not in character. Tressums are a thing, and they are literally cats with wings.
Yeah, but that's a tressum and not a cat. That's
But
what I'm saying. If someone described a tressum to you and said, "I saw this weird cat," you'd be able to go, "Ah, that's not a cat, it's a tressum."
Al, watch out for the trap. Let Night go first.
Yeah, let Night trigger the trap.
There is
Hey,
a
Knight, why don't you go in there and see what it is?
there is a trapped area halfway up the stairs that has been described to you the night, like so you know about where that is.
Okay. What
They
kind of
tell-
trap is
they-
it?
Yeah, I was going to say, I did ask him if he would tell the Knight how to disarm it.
I believe it's a pressure plate. I don't actually have the module on hand that it's from, so I'm saying it's a pressure plate now.
From what I remember,
Oh.
it was a pressure plate, yeah.
Excellent.
Is it like pressure plate rocks fall from above, or
you
die.
just know the pressure plate, you don't know what happens if it's triggered.
wonderful? Is it obviously like visible?
No, but it's been pointed out to you and you can see the same.
Okay. I do whatever I need to do to disarm it.
with advantage because I also have proficiency in thieves' tools and thieves' tools on hand.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Kruk will
Roll.
hold up light so you guys can see.
Roll advantage thieves tools the night.
Bam.
Whoa.
Oh goddamn. What do you want to do? Do you want to like disarm this trap? Do you want to jam it? Do you want to trigger it? Like with the nat 20, you can do whatever the fuck you like.
I want to make a wormhole.
I want to be level
Basically, it sucks in all the dragons and
Wow.
ends the campaign, and we win, and we are famous and loved by everyone now.
You guys see the knight pull out a drill. He like drills through a particular part of the stone, and when he pulls back the drill, a little worm crawls out of the hole.
That's how they know when it's triggered. And I like throw the worm into like, I don't know, the waste pit.
Hey, you almost hit
Alright.
me.
Did you do the thing?
Uh-huh. Well,
The trap is indeed disarmed. The worm was irrelevant. You just drilled through the part of the trap that would allow it to trigger, and it's done.
So
oh shit, son.
wait, no, wait. I'm trying to. Okay.
Grab that dumb bitch by the collar.
Once I hear combat music, like I want to use my bonus action to give myself resistance to bludgeoning and slashing damage right
Yeah,
before combat starts.
and I want to give Al Shield of Faith.
That's
All right, so you guys are all prepping. I think Vren is wanting to prep a spell as well. So you know what? Let's go for a round. Do you guys want to prep and then like rush in, or are you trying to like get eyes on this thing and are just saying I'm ready to do thing?
I would
Fair.
like to get eyes first and see if we can identify what it is.
I
Yeah,
would
Crocs-
like to as well. Can
Crocs
I
is
maybe
a-
sneak into the room and have a check out?
Crocs is like, no, wait. Before one of, like, no offense, before one of us gets, hurt doing this, John, could you just send your owl and then, click your fingers and make it disappear before it got hurt?
Maybe I could do that, but the owl could get hurt. I'd rather send the knight.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay, the owl isn't going to help us in combat. The knight is actually really fucking good in combat. And, we can bring the owl back.
Well, I mean, it takes incense and some. Okay, fine. Yeah.
I
fine.
mean, we might lose the element of surprise.
Well, I would say, John, the owl is way less sneakier than the knight.
Well, no offense in the look to the knight, but even if he is sneaky, we don't know how well acquainted with the fucking room. It's a magical golem that's not supposed to be alive. Maybe it sees through earth or something.
One
Yeah,
of
is
the
the-
few things I can do that isn't fire is greater invisibility. Do you want me to make the knight invisible temporarily?
What's the time? What's the ticking clock on that? How long can you hold it for?
A minute.
Did you do 2?
I believe so.
We need
so
2 minutes.
No, I could do 2 people. I couldn't do 2 minutes. I can do a minute.
Oh,
Is it more? I don't know. Is it better than making 2 of us go through really fast?
I could change my mind like once we get eyes on the thing and it starts throwing hands or whatever it throws, I could then cast haste on Al
People.
and Croc or Croc and the Knight. Who should I cast haste on? Do we want a discussion about that?
probably
Um,
Al and the knight.
Really?
Hmm.
Actually, I think it's Croc and the Knight. Even though I'm awesome, but I don't have hands that can transform into shit that beats the fuck out of people like Croc.
The
I was-
Croc and the knight.
I mean,
I
I
don't
was
know about
thinking,
that.
me and Al, because all of our
Likewise.
stuff comes out like fairly consistently. I mean, the knight's good, but the knight's like the knight does like one big awesome shot.
I think
need
the
to-
knight could do multiple awesome shots if he did it right.
I mean, potentially.
Also, you said we can see the bodies. Does that mean there's a light in there?
No, the you being able to see the bodies would be a function of the light that Al is carrying or that Croc is casting to help the knight
Do I still have my
disarm
torch?
the trap. Do you not have the torch? Because it's still dark in this cave.
Well, I don't know. I kind of forgot I had a torch, but yeah, it's I assume I never set like
I
let
think
it die out if it's.
I think we probably would have put it out when we were all talking, and then lit it again when we were traveling again.
Sure. Wait, didn't you say that like 9 of you can make magical lights?
Yeah, and
Why am I
in fact,
holding a torch?
to make you feel useful.
I need both of my hands to hit stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, while you were working on the trap, I actually when you handed me the torch so that you could walk on the trap, I just snuffed it and then held my hand in the air on fire because it makes more sense.
Okay, now I feel useless, but like, good job.
So who
Yeah,
are we
Money.
casting haste on?
Personally, I feel like it should go on Kruok and the knight.
Okay.
As long as, you hold your hasted action to sneak attack when it's not your turn.
Alright, well that seems to be the consensus then, Croc and the knight. But do I want to make the knight invisible first and have him sneak in, or are we sending an owl?
I genuinely think we should send in an owl, and I gesture at myself and just get it done, get it over with. Like we're fighting anyway. What does seeing it first?
Alright, well, I
Actually,
will...
yeah, he's got a point. You should probably just save the magic and we should just fucking go up there.
Okay, let's just fucking go up there, then.
This really feels like a bad idea all of a sudden.
I
No,
start.
Remember, in the past, if we'd just gone with Al's plans, which we end up having to go with anyway, it works out.
Okay, is that you walking to the top of the stairs then, Al?
Yes, we said we're
Oh,
Okay,
fucking going
so
up.
everyone has a chance to react to this, but as soon as Al reaches the top of the stairs, and you guys can be moving and acting while Al is traveling up the stairs, there is a thud, like a. And I'm going to put something on the token layer.
I turn around.
I see.
And turn around, really.
Oh, I know what that is.
And I'm going to hit show to players, so can everyone see this?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So just so you get the visual of size and scale of
It's
what
an
you guys
Imperial Knight. What the
are
fuck?
up against.
Excuse me.
Yep.
This isn't a fucking golem. This is a titan.
A gigantic construct made of some kind of brass or copper, wood, and stone
Yep.
just slams its way into the room of corpses, which they're all just. I'm going to move them so we can have this battle. But as it slams its way in, as it takes that giant step, it steps on these decayed bodies and just goo and viscera just splashes in plenty of directions. Like, just decayed flesh and bone is just scattered as it stomps into the room, sets eyes on Al, and that's the moment where we're rolling initiative.
I hope. Okay, but before
I
we roll, so I was. What the fuck? Oh, we already rolled initiative. I will keep my 22.
Oh dear. Did I? Hold on.
Yeah, it's not
No.
good from the last time.
Yeah, so I need to delete these.
But my 2.
Oh, you can rehave your 2.
Did-
Sorry.
Did you cast Shield of Faith, Luna?
I did before, so
Okay, cool. Just
still
double
have
checking to
+2 AC.
adjust my AC.
Oh,
Initiative.
I don't feel so good about this all of a sudden.
We're fine.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about how they are in combat, but I know they're scary bitches.
Wait,
While
why is
we
this another
the
initiative?
fucking war
Oh,
first fight.
Vren.
Yeah, that's Ren.
As part of like my prep round, if it started heading this way, I wanted to like meet it sooner. So Al isn't very smart, but he's been in a lot of fights, and he knows being funneled into a small area isn't a very good idea. So could
It's like
I
this whole area is a small area.
no? I understand if it's no. We got.
I mean, I said roll initiative. You are faster than this thing, so actually, technically,
Oh.
yes.
I was gonna say,
Cool.
if this thing is that big, he should be able to run in there.
Go and
So-
tie it up.
Yeah. So combat starts. Al starts. The adrenaline pumps, and he sees this thing coming. Doesn't want to get funneled in, so he just runs full on sprint. And hopes the thing
no.
they gave him is working. I will jump up and try and punch this thing.
Yeah, roll an attack. As you do, your fists are glowing. Now, it's entirely up to you what this looks like, but now that you're in a fight, your fists are wrapped in some kind of energy.
They are. They look
did-
whatever the fuck they're supposed to look like. I don't know.
Well,
We-
being that you got them from a dragon cultist, right now you look like you have dragon claw fists, including
Oh,
like
no.
along your knuckles, like really bony, almost Wolverine-like protrusion, so that when you punch something, you're punching it with like this big bony set of knuckle dusters.
It's kind of cool, even though I'm not the biggest fan of dragons. But
I was
Yeah,
gonna
but-
say.
It's spectral dragon energy. It's not like you're actually turning into a dragon. It's just
yeah, I like
spirit
it.
energy.
And I punch the fuck out of this thing.
Go for it. Roll for punch the fuck.
2. Okay.
The 13 does not hit. The 21 does.
Between 13 and 21. Cool. Let's Moxie point in 2 more times.
Okay.
There we go.
The 22 and the 26 hit. What is the total damage on that? 13, 12, and
32.
7? Okay. So, minus 32. So, you run up to this thing. 3 strikes, you take a significant chunk out of its well-being with your bare fists.
Just so you know, I don't know if it's intentional or not. We cannot see this thing's health bar.
Ah, bugger. That is not intentional. You should be able to see this thing's health bar. Right, is that any better?
Yes.
Okay.
You did
So-
good, kid.
I don't think
this
I'll
is
survive
possible.
much longer. Um,
Until it eviscerates Al in one hit.
Yeah.
so I still have 15 feet of movement. Is it possible for me to like fit in through there, or is that not a thing?
Oh.
No, you cannot move through its space.
You know what? After I moved my token, I'm glad I can't move. That's it. That's my turn.
Did you see something that you shouldn't have seen, Kay?
No, I realized this is an empty room, and I was separated from the rest of the party.
Yeah.
It might be an empty room. There might be things in there that I don't reveal until you actually step in there in character. So
Yeah.
I've removed the ability to accidentally move your token and see things you shouldn't see.
Yeah.
Ah, the flaw of dynamic lighting.
Yes, because having run previous campaigns with dynamic lighting, I actually realized that it's not as good as just having DM control.
Correct.
All right, so that's your turn, Al?
Yes.
Okay, Vren is going to move here, and he's going to do the thing that was said to do, which I believe was haste. Oh, I've already fucking forgot. Was it the Knight and Croc?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so twin spell, haste, Knight and Croc. You both gain 2 AC. Your movement doubles. You get that extra attack. And that's Vren's action. Yeah, that's him for the moment. Then we're on to Mr. Titan.
Yikes.
Let's go 2 nat ones with his attacks.
I have
That's
resistance to bludgeoning and slashing.
that's entirely possible. Okay, so it makes 1 axe hand attack.
Ooh, that misses.
That misses.
Nice.
Okay,
Thanks
perfect.
to wings.
Ooh, the +9 though. That's a hefty.
And
Mhm.
1 hammer fist attack. You should probably make the hammer fist first. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So only 23 bludgeoning damage, and you must succeed on a DC
Ooh.
17 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
What the fuck? Okay. Okay.
So you're immediately aware, despite the axe hand missing, it gouges into the stone wall near you and carves through a certain amount of it. As you're watching this and are frankly like, oh, this was a bad idea, a massive hammer just flattens you to the ground, Al. Like, you take 23 damage, halved because of your adrenaline, but it just pushes you to the ground. This isn't even knocking you prone, it just flattens you to the floor.
Actually, 1 second. So I am prone either way, but I will do the thing. What's it called? Cross
Cross
counter?
counter. Yo.
Yes. And I will do a D10 plus
Strength modifier plus plus
9?
level.
18. I take 0 damage and hit it back.
Nice.
Yes, go for it.
Fuck yeah.
There we go.
That hits.
So what happens is Al puts his like forearms up to take the brunt of the attack, which knocks him down. But like as he falls down, he sweeps his legs and just kicks it in the whatever the fuck it has for legs.
Yeah.
And the nuts and bolts.
Yeah, sure, in the nuts and bolts.
Whatever it has for legs.
Oh. Wow.
I mean, I did show you the massive, like, picture of this thing. The legs aren't, like, very visible. It's mostly upper body with very, like, stout little legs.
Yeah.
Mostly hammer.
It's a lot hammer and
Yeah.
axe hand. Like, both of the limbs, the arms, are pretty incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy,
going.
this thing's beefy.
Anyway, so that's Al, who has managed to take no damage. Croc.
Okay, so I have 60 feet of movement.
And you're hasted.
But yeah, I have 60 feet of movement because I'm hasted. So Croc is just gonna run right up next to Al.
Yep, Zop.
Sees like Al on the ground and is just like, oh no, I ain't having that. Because my Nature's Wrath thing lasts like 10 minutes, that was one of like the prep things I did.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just gonna come running up.
Mhm.
And I'm going to bonus action cast Spirit Shroud on myself.
You're level
Um,
5.
And Kruak is surrounded by these sort of like kind of green specters with like partially decayed features and sunken expressions.
Kind of like when the kind of like the Army of the Dead from Return of the King.
Right.
The majority of them appear to be like kind of elderly, like the elderly and children. Weirdly enough, of like mostly humans, but there are like half elves and a couple of dwarves in there. And then like on Kruk's right hand side, there is this kind of bristling orcish figure, and on their left hand side is this kind of lithe elven figure. And Kruk's eyes just pulse gold as they kind of they go running up. Their fists are in those like huge bulky fighting form.
Yeah.
But the thorns that are on their fists have like a spectral purple energy kind of glowing around them.
Yeah, similar energy, I'm assuming, to owls.
Very similar to owls, yeah.
Yeah.
Except it's more naturey. Like it's working with Kruk's like nature vibe.
Yeah, so there's thorns coming out of your arms, and there's almost spectral dragon claws imposed over those thorns.
Yeah, and the most of the figures around Kruk are just kind of like traveling with them, but the orc on their right hand side and the elf on their left hand side are mimicking them exactly. So like they're running with Kruk, and as Kruk kind of like jumps up and swings back their fist to punch this thing in the face, they're doing it as well. And hopefully when the hit lands, I'm going to say all this again in that one. It's going to be fucking hilarious.
21 hits.
22 because of my insignia of claws.
Oh, okay.
So 20 points of damage.
Yep, you slam into this thing and do a lot of damage to it.
Some of it is this sort of like wispy radiant light.
Right.
And then they're going to make another attack. That'll miss.
That super does not hit.
So yeah, they're a little bit off balance when they land, and Kruk's got like a really Kruk has the same look on their face as they did when they went after that big orc and shoved it in the fire. And then third attack.
That does not hit. I mean, and this is the thing. Sometimes I say that does not hit. That doesn't deal damage. That definitely hits the thing, but some attacks, it's just too durable. Like, it's not meeting the threshold and, like, actually causing damage to its structure.
Yeah.
It has higher than fucking 15 AC, but lower than 21.
Cool. Yep. We're narrowing it down, guys. We're narrowing it down.
You are indeed. Yeah. All right, John's turn.
Right, all of that shit that I'm watching is really cool. I'm gonna stand down here. Can I see it from the bottom of the steps? Because I don't want to fucking go up there.
No, you really do need to go up the steps to see it. Like, the steps are too steep to actually, like... You could maybe see the top of the thing, but you're not getting a very good look of it. You're just seeing, like, the arch, like, spikes of its back wobbling around.
You're hearing
I'll
a
come
lot.
15 feet up the stairs, squeeze past the knight. Go. Oh. Chill touch. 13 doesn't hit.
No, that does not hit.
We are throwing a little off our game, and then we're gonna go ahead and retreat 10 feet back down the stairs.
Retreat 10 feet. Got it.
Good guys.
I will let you know, Blaze, just so you know. It can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn because I managed to hit it with at least one of my attacks.
Okay.
And its movement speed has been reduced by 10 feet.
Good to know.
Spirit Shroud.
Yep. It's one of my favorite spells in the world.
Okay, is that your turn then, John?
Yes.
Okay, the knight, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run up, and I'm gonna range dagger. Guess that doesn't hit.
Oh, no, an 11? Super not.
No, that wasn't even sharpshooter, fuck. Oh well, I will sharpshooter this one, and I'll do it again with my extra attack action.
What the fuck?
Not sure what you were expecting.
So, yeah, you guys watch effectively Batman boomeranging like Superman right now. It's just batarang, clang, nothing.
Fuck
No-
it. Manual dagger. Ah!
Croc definitely isn't judging because Croc just punched this thing like 3 times and 2 times did nothing.
Come on, guys, get on my level. You have haste. Keep up.
Your level that is prone. So everyone should get prone right now.
Well, half of the thing. Well, a quarter of the thing's health.
Mm-hmm.
That'll
Alright.
be me. But I'll move a bit
Perfect.
further into the room.
Excellent. Luna, it's your turn.
Shit. I'm gonna fly to here
Mm-hmm.
and try to breathe frost at it.
That definitely hits.
But
So it's
oh boy.
So its speed is reduced by another 10 feet.
Nice.
It takes the damage though. There's no resistance.
Yes, it takes the cold damage.
Yay. Take it. And then I fly back one. I'm at like the kind of the top of the cave though, so I can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, blessed wings.
Yeah, wings are awesome.
That's my turn.
Okay. That would lead us to Al's turn, but instead it's the top of the round.
Fuck.
Oh no. Layer
So-
actions.
Sort of, yeah.
No! That
So,
is
so you hear some voice inside this thing, but it's too quiet to be this thing's voice. And like on the top of this thing, which you guys weren't necessarily looking at because you were mostly looking at the massive weapons it's flying around, two similar looking constructs that are about your size step onto parapets on top of this thing with God knows what weapons. You have no idea what these things are. Aim down and just you hear like cracks of thunder. You have no idea what. But then Al's pinned under a hammer, so Krog and the Knight can make me dex saves.
Okay, we make them with advantage. Remember, Sleepy?
Oh,
Thanks to
we do?
haste.
Oh, legendary.
Oh, okay. The
90.
two people I'm targeting have advantage.
Oh,
Okay. So let's see.
Don't think that. Yep, no, there's nothing I can do to.
All right. Well, that's a very average roll. So the Knight can take half of that 14. Krog, you take 14. I'm gonna say it's piercing damage, but it's fucking shrapnel.
Yeah.
Just blunderbuss fired down on you, and you have no idea what these things are, but they point sticks at you, and then there's a boom, and now you're in pain.
Yeah.
So that was that section of it. That was the things on top of it.
John, did
And now
you
for
see
the
that? What kind of magic was that?
Go ahead.
And now for the actual lair action, which is
What?
at the top of the round. This thing does a thing called Sweeping Axe. The Titan makes a sweep with his axe hand at each creature within 10 feet of it, and they must make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw.
No. Does being
Alrighty.
prone affect me in any way, shape, or form?
Oh, it definitely is going to affect you. In fact, you being prone, I believe, gives disadvantage on this.
I believe so.
deck saves? I don't think it does. It's weird like that. I've run into that before.
Well, you know what? He's prone on the ground. I'm going to rule that it does, because
Yeah,
that just
fair,
seems
fair.
reasonable to me.
That's 100% fair and reasonable.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
rules as written, it actually doesn't. I thought it did. Okay, so deck save.
Deck save, DC 17.
Not 20.
You take half of 21 damage, Croc.
Okay.
Al takes 21 slashing damage as this thing just oomph with its
No, no.
axe hand.
I also take half of 21 damage.
Ah, okay, yes, you have
That's a good
resistance.
thing.
But yeah,
Ow!
and that then brings us to Al's turn.
Okay, not good. I will push its arm off of me, or like wrestle its arm off of me and get up for only 5 feet of movement because I'm that cool.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't think there's any way I can move to get advantage, so I'll just hit. So I don't have any moxie points left, so this is just 3 attacks.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The 24 and the nat 20 hit.
The world's tiniest crit.
So 22 points of damage total.
Listen, I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the crit damage. Leave me alone.
All right, you are smashing chunks out of this thing's legs.
At least you hit the damn thing. I didn't even hit it.
Is there anything else out of Al?
I was looking at my character sheet. Sadly, no. That's it. I will get the shit beaten out of me in a second.
Okay. So that
Okay.
leads us on to Vren's turn.
You don't know, it might beat the shit out of me.
Vren could kill it here with a 600 damage cantrip.
I don't know that Vren can do 600 damage. Let's see. Vren is gonna go up here. Okay. And he is going to, let's see. He's holding haste. Yeah, let's go for the cantrip. That makes most sense. He's gonna firebolt the thing. A 23 will hit. 26 fire damage. So he's gonna
Gone.
bore a hole in the thing. It's very
Damn,
weak,
girl.
but he did not take it out. And that's Vren's turn, so that leads us around to it.
It
Now-
can't regain hit points till Croc's next turn.
Yep.
Indeed not.
We keep track of that shit from now on.
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, that's not what this boy is about. So this thing is looking really, really fucking like weak and beaten up. And one of the guys on the parapet is gonna just like he tosses his stick down and just disappears from view into the thing. So you see this thing just starts fucking rattling. I mean like vibrating, shaking.
Oh no.
And you hear like an overdrive engaged, which just does not match the tone of this thing. And then we're going to have a hammer fist to Al. That should have rolled. Come on.
That hits.
Okay. So that's 18 bludgeoning damage and a DC 17 strength saving throw.
Fuck. Okay, so
no.
this reduces me below half hit points, which lets me use this.
Okay.
Which means I gain, I think it's 9?
Fusion's level plus con modifier. So yeah, 5 plus whatever your con modifier is.
Oh, 8. 8 hit points.
Right.
8 temp HP, and I get all my moxie points back, and there is the strength saving throw.
Okay, so you stay on your feet. All the same, an axe hand comes at you, which does not hit. And then the same for Croc, as it is now in overdrive mode. So that's an 18 to hit against you, Croc.
Messes.
Really, you son of a bitch.
Haste.
Oh,
23 does hit.
For 16 slashing damage,
16
not the
slashing
additional because you're
damage.
not prone.
Yep.
I forgot to. I took full damage, and I'm supposed to take half, so I'm recalculating this, just explaining why my HP is about to change.
Okay. But this thing is rattling, sparking, like it's going a bit nuts.
Yeah.
Made twice the amount of attacks it's done on previous rounds, but it is now round to you, Karok.
Cool.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, so Krog has just got like huge like gouges out of them. Like their flesh is just pure split open from that. And they just let out this like massive like roaring snarl. And I'm going to attempt to hit it. 18?
No, 18 does not beat its armor class.
Oh,
And a nat 1 certainly does not beat its armor class, I'm afraid.
21!
21 now doesn't beat its armor class, because it's hasted like you guys and has +2 AC.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
shit.
22 fucking AC.
Yup. Now that it's down on single-digit hit points, it's a real bitch.
Fuck it up, Mike or John. Well, John first.
we got a plan.
Okay. I will Bonus action, regain some hit points.
It's literally hasted. It has advantage on all dex saves, so it's something to keep in mind, wizards and spellcasters.
Ugh.
Oh, I got a plan. It's okay.
I regain 10 hit points.
Excellent. All right.
So yeah, so some of the some of Croc's flesh literally just starts like knitting itself back together Wolverine style.
Yeah, you are plant Wolverine at this point. All right, John.
Right. So you did all that fancy shit to increase its AC and make it more dexterous, but we're gonna hit it with a fucking magic missile at 3rd level.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oof.
So that's 9
9.
from 1st level, 12 from 2nd level, so 15 damage from the 3rd level magic missile.
Okay, perfect. It is on 0 hit points. It's not gone down yet.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
Pulling
Let-
some zealot barbarian shit.
Let's just say that the vibration that was going a bit crazy before is getting out of control.
Ooh, does it look like it's about to fucking blow up?
I mean, you have 6 intelligence, but yeah, you could surmise something along those lines.
Oh, get the fuck out of there! And then John is actually going to take a step back around the corner just in case there's fucking shrapnel coming down the hallway.
Mhm.
And that, I believe, will be my turn.
Cool. The knight.
Okay.
This thing goes before me, there's a good chance that Croc's gonna get their ass blown up.
Right. I'm
Okay.
just saying. We've been in this cave while things have been shaken before and nothing's blown up.
Niall.
Amazing logic. Please continue down that path.
There are dudes inside it, right? That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, they're also warforged. They're not flesh. Right?
Yeah. There are more constructs manning it, but they weren't flesh and blood creatures.
Oh, is the other one still on the parapet?
What- but
Yep.
You said only one of them went back inside.
Yeah.
I climb.
Oh. I
I
face
didn't realize
palm.
that they stayed there.
I'm sorry, you climb
I climb
the wall or the Titan?
the Titan.
Okay.
Before I am within 5 feet of the dude that's still on the parapet, can I take a shot at him?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
20 hits.
That much damage.
So you wang the dagger into the center of his chest, his eyes spark and just explode out of his head, and he just ragdolls backwards.
Okay. And then, can I like climb into it?
What part would you like to climb into? You're going to get in the parapet and then climb down like the previous one did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy shit, the night.
Is the guy in there?
Yeah.
I guess I bonus action dagger him.
Okay. Go for it.
How many ways can this go
18.
fucking terrible?
18 is his AC. Roll damage.
20.
No,
Sorry,
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you stab a dagger clean into him, his eyes explode, and he ragdolls in the parapet.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then can I like, because I've still got my main action because that was haste action and bonus action. Can I like Tinker's tools to make it not explode?
Sure, make a Tinker's Tools check. DC's only 30.
Okay. Ah!
With a 22, you know enough to know that you have seconds before this thing explodes, and you're in it.
Okay, that's not a problem. My movement's like 60 feet, I guess. I can just zoom away.
Okay.
Oh no! This is you're going straight to the devil.
So
All right, I guess I'll choose an alternate route later.
you guys watched Knight just zip into this thing. You see, like, you hear two pops, like,
Yep.
just, and then he just zips off again.
Yep, get out of there. Bye.
Yeah, that was it. Does the knight, advise us?
It's gonna blow.
Oh,
Nice.
Honestly, that was an epic round. I would give that inspiration.
I
Just
would as
Resident
well. That was.
Yeah.
Sure, you can have inspiration for that one. Jesus
Okay.
Pretty
Okay,
incredible.
actually, right. If I get inspiration for it, which I already have apparently,
Uh-huh.
can I re-roll the Tinker's Tools check?
Yeah, give it a fucking another shot. Why
Oh
not?
my god.
Why absolutely not?
I'm double dipping. Let's go.
That one.
Oh well.
16? Nah, not gonna do
Still
it.
gonna blow.
Fishing for the 20. Never mind. That's me.
Okay. Luna, it's your turn.
So I hear it's gonna blow as he's running by.
Yep.
I'm flying back in. Does it look like Al and everybody are gonna be leaving?
If it's gonna listen, I had a fucking wrought iron knight blow up in my face before. Not a fun experience. I wanna get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just out of character. I know Krok's turn is after, but in character, Luna doesn't know that. So this.
Like, okay, because this is actually a very important point. So we've been fighting it for a couple of seconds. Does it look like it moves faster than Croc to Al? Like, is it obvious that this thing is faster than Croc?
With the size of it, you'd assume its strides are ridiculously long and that it could really book it.
Okay.
The official turn order, we are about to hit the second round.
Yeah, it's about to be the top of the round, and
It-
you guys don't know if it explodes on its turn or the top of the
Oh.
round when it makes it. Like,
Yeah.
so it could be
Oh,
right
that's
after your turn,
worse.
Luna, or after
Okay.
Croc.
Okay.
Get
That's
the
worse
fuck out there.
though.
You can at least pick us up.
Well, if she's
Yeah.
right here, she's that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get the fuck out. You can pick us up.
Yeah, it's just in character. There's a slightly different decision Luna would make.
Make the in-character decision.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's worse for everybody though.
Don't
Yeah.
you dare, Mr. Step.
Sometimes characters act in a less than optimal way.
Yeah, and who knows? You might get an inspiration point out of
No, like before I flew in, could I see that Al's like getting ready to leave?
It depends on Al's body language. Al, what's your body language?
Al is looking at the thing about to blow up and looking at Vren and Croc, thinking how to get them out of there alongside him.
Mm,
Like, he's not very smart, so it's obvious when he tries to think, and he's trying to think.
it. Al would also know that Croc can move twice as fast as Al can.
So it's just Ren.
Yeah.
fuck. I don't know.
Honestly, just do your thing.
Yeah, do you
Like-
think?
No, because
Yeah.
it's gonna hit. It would hit Vren and Kruok. They're within 10 feet of
You were
anywhere.
thinking about Thunderstep.
I was. Luna would fly in and probably grab Al and Thunderstep out, but anywhere that I am near you, it's within 10 feet of them and they would get hit.
Well, no, yeah, it is 10
She's
feet,
not going to put
far.
them at disadvantage. But I don't think there's a way for me to speed up Al
So-
either.
To
You
help,
can see Vren if you go here in the wall space because you're tiny.
but I don't think Luna would. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like spare Vren the thunder damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Luna
would
was
hit both of you.
here,
Yeah.
then you'd
So-
only hit Kruok.
So here's a question for Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
Ordinarily, and we have up until this point always to an extent, treated Luna as a medium-sized creature for the purposes of these things, would Luna be able to just kind of grab Al's collar and drag him back half of her movement speed?
I don't think Luna has the strength to drag Al back.
Yeah.
Totally fair. That's what it was, a mechanical
Well,
thing.
she's not treated as a medium creature. She has the ability to shrink things so that she can carry them. And that's not a
Any
thing
Al,
she can do
let's
to
go.
Al.
Wow, the way that Thunderstep was ruled, they would be treating Luna as a medium-sized creature,
Yeah.
so she could transport anything else.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it would be useless. But there was,
magically
like,
she
fake
can do those
shenanigans.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like carry weight, no. I'm
Gotcha,
gotcha.
ruling against Luna on
No,
Would
that
no.
one.
always hold it?
Hmm?
The spell? Be hell, right?
Held for what?
Okay. I
Because
have.
like
I
I
have
assume the issue's the AoE damage until one of them gets out.
Al
can't hold
moves
the
before
damage,
either of
though.
us.
Yeah, what Luna is saying is that she wants to do I think it's Thunderstep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it would hurt Croc and Vren.
Yeah.
And Al moves before either of us, so it would be a
So-
moot point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead,
Yeah, it'd only work if you're doing it on Croc.
instead,
That's
After
a held
I'm
action, yeah.
I'm flying to here, and I'm gonna twin spell a cure onto Croc and Al instead.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let me see. We'll do second level.
So 14 health back to the both of you.
And then 15,
I'm actually above full health now.
20, 25. And then
With
I'm
my
flying back
10%.
out and saying, "Get out of there!" And that's my turn.
Okay.
Now, does it blow up now or later?
That's the question.
The answer is now.
What?
So,
Ooh.
Croc, Al, and Vren take 65 damage, half fire, half bludgeoning, as
Oh.
this thing fucking explodes.
Do we get a
So-
save?
Yes, this is a DC 17, similar as before, Dex saving throw, because it's an explosion.
Is it 32 fire and 33 bludgeoning?
Yes.
Fuck.
22. I got another nat 20 on my deck save thanks to haste.
Hey!
Nice.
It's a DC
Oh, no.
17?
DC 17, so Al just fails.
So I take 32 fire damage.
Yep.
Let me.
Oh no. Unfortunate.
Yeah, vulnerability, though.
Wait, I'm
Al is dead.
not down. I'm dead.
What?
No.
Takes 65 fire damage because he's got the ice resistance, but fire damage vulnerability
Yeah, the vulnerability ring.
from
I
the
thought he
cursed
took
item.
half of bludgeoning, though. I thought he was having that right.
No, but
But he still
Yeah.
takes 60 fire on its own.
Yeah, do you have inspiration at this point, Al?
So it's like 90 damage, right?
Well, it
yeah,
would be
I took
65 plus half of
79.
65.
It's 79.
Yeah, so
Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
God.
straight up dead.
I thought you were
What?
dead if it was double your HP, right?
If you go minus like, half of your full HP.
it's
Yeah,
just
so
like
it
your
needs
normal
to be
HP, right?
If you take your entire health bar, so you have to go.
I
So
am
let's
at
say
minus.
40
I'm
hit
at
points.
I'm at negative 40 hit points. My full HP is 49.
Then you're alive.
So you're
Fine.
alive.
By 9.
That's
By
it.
nine.
You're down as fuck, but you're alive by 9 hit points.
Yeah.
And that was close.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
So
alright.
if I didn't have blood resistance to bludgeoning damage, I was straight up dead.
And more importantly, if Luna hadn't healed you.
That
Yeah.
too.
I should have just sacrificed Croc and Ren.
What the
He
fuck?
lived. He only lived because you healed him. If you had not healed him right then, Al would be dead. Rules as written.
65 damage.
Was it only 65?
No,
Was it
well,
only
I-
65?
Only-
It was 65, but half of it Al had vulnerability to because of that ring.
Yeah, and then
other-
half
so
of
it
it
was
he had
the other
resistance
half.
to it, so it was like roundabout, right?
It was
Yeah,
like,
and
so
the-
it was like 72 total.
65 plus
Or
what?
79, something like that.
17 or whatever?
Well, you were vulnerable to half of it and then resistant to the other half of it.
Yeah, so that balances out.
I
Yeah.
have fucking 3 pages of calculator open, and it said I took 78 damage.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right.
32. Okay.
Yeah, it was 32 and 33. I took half of the 33 for 16.5. Yeah, 16. And double the 62, the 32 to 64. So yeah, I took exactly the same amount of damage.
Yeah,
I'm at
because
negative
you were
39.
resistance to half. Like
Listen,
we're
don't
all
talk
doing
math
crazy
to me.
math.
I'm on negative
for
39 hit
here's-
points.
Yeah.
I have 6 in. Leave me alone.
That's a close one.
Yes.
Let's
That would
get
kill
out of there.
John.
Does he never understand?
Oh, I didn't get the chance to.
Also, it's been 12 seconds. I'm sure that Soul is like just made it 4 steps down the hallway, and here's a giant explosion.
He's playing with the puppy, but yes, he heard the giant explosion. Okay, so 16 plus 8 is how much Ren
Oh,
takes.
that reminds me.
16 plus 8, that's 24.
Yeah. Because he also has resistance to half the damage, which I was struggling to calculate. But Ren,
Does he also have absorb elements? You can reduce that even further.
no, he's already resistant to the element that it's doing. He's a
Yeah,
fire.
so-
He's a fire guy. He's got the fire resistance ring. He offered you guys the fire resistance ring earlier, if you remember.
Yeah, no, but he can still half the damage from absorb elements.
No, because that would just give him resistance, which he already has
Yeah.
on the ring.
And
But they're different. They're
Doesn't
different.
No,
doesn't stack.
resistance does not stack. It's been thingied in Sage Advice.
Well,
you
that's
can't gain
stupid.
you can't gain resistance twice from 2 different sources.
Well, that's
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, but it's the only way to balance barbarians.
It's a crunch thing, Basket.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, but it's so people don't stack a load of things that otherwise it's just easier to say you can have one of this effect and not multiple.
Yeah, it's why if you have a source of advantage and several sources of disadvantage, it's still a straight roll.
Although we end combat literally on Al's turn, so let's make a death saving throw before we go any further.
We do that private, yeah?
Pardon?
We roll death saves privately?
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
Good to know. All right, and that ends combat. What's everyone doing immediately?
Cure
Flying
wounds
back
allow.
in.
Okay. So both Karak and Luna are going to cure wounds on Al. You do that. However, an explosion just happened at a really tight point in this cave. You heal Al. Al, you come to conscious. The first thing you see are rocks falling towards your position.
Rocks fall, party death.
So,
So I'm conscious?
you are conscious.
So
How many hit points do you give him, Luna?
I mean, if I see Karak healing as I'm going in, then I'm not going to yet. Unless I'm
Okay. How much
aware
time
that the rocks are
exists?
falling.
Yeah, this is all happening in a beat moment. So, like, the cave is destabilized, and you see a lot of the stalagmites are now, like, coming down. So, it looks like this part of the cave might be trying to cave in. It also looks like this might be by design. Like, this has been set up so if this thing explodes, it stops people going into the cave by destabilizing this very narrow entrance.
intriguing.
I think the
Um,
move is dash up there, grab Al,
Oh,
drag.
bear in mind, I am still I'm right next to him and as fast. So I think Croc would just start immediately pulling Al.
Okay, so are you guys going to, like, drag yourselves away and let this cave in happen, or are you like what are you guys doing?
Unless
Is there a way to stop the cave in? How tall is the cave? How tall is the roof?
Tall enough for this titan to stand, but not much taller than that, and this is a at least 20-foot monstrosity. So 20 feet is about what I would say.
John was to theoretically, I don't know, double mine or crop size. Could we stop the cave in?
That's
Like,
what I was
try and hold
thinking,
it?
but it's
You could
wouldn't
try.
be tall enough.
But what I'm saying is you guys have a round to act and come up with a plan, because this is happening now and I want to give you guys like a beat pause to go, oh, what do we do about this? You can either flee or you can try and stop it with whatever shenanigans you want to do.
I have an idea.
go ahead.
Do you still have a use of your size up ability that you used last fight?
Yes.
If you do that and then I enlarge you, you will be the same size as the Titan and could theoretically hold the roof in place.
Again, I don't think abilities stack like that.
It just says that you get bigger. It doesn't say like.
Well, what spell are you using? What spell is Krark using? If it's the
I
same
believe-
spell, they don't stack.
I believe it's the same spell.
Oh, you're using a spell to do it? I thought you had
Yeah.
an ability or feature to do it.
Not yet.
Okay, for
Would
the
you
sake
turn
of
into an animal that is big and what can be
Monkey.
made bigger?
Okay. Let's have a look.
Giant ape.
that's way too hard. PR. Giant tape is polymorph.
Trying to see if I have something that is like big and strong.
So
Do
what
you have like an elephant or
What
a
we-
giant ape or something?
is
Not
uh,
relevant.
the first thing I see when I wake up is rocks falling towards my direction, right?
Yep.
I know everyone is planning, but if I wake up and see rocks falling, I will just roll out of the way and
Good.
just I'm
Um,
assuming this is slightly higher ground
Slightly,
because
yes.
stairs. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and
Does
if it was
my-
go on.
does my shield of faith, did it end when he became unconscious, or does it stay as long as I still have concentration?
It stays as long
stays
as
while
you're
you're,
conscious.
Okay,
Still have like
so the
9 minutes on that then.
the biggest, strongest thing I can turn into is I can turn into a giant goat, which is large, and then you could enlarge me, and I would become huge.
That
Wow.
would
Huge
work.
goat.
What's is the goat strong enough? The goat will be huge.
I was going to say,
So-
is your plan, because this is what I'm imagining the moment you say that, to turn into a giant goat, be enlarged, and be a goat archway?
An umbrella, yeah.
I mean, I think.
I mean, we're gonna have to leave eventually.
I don't
Again-
understand how.
Like no, but like, could I brace it? Like, is that?
You could most certainly try.
Well, what the fuck? We're just gonna get murdered by cultists after this anyways, so it's like, bruh.
Hold on.
That guy-
Like this holds the thing up for 1 minute, right?
Right, that's
The
what I'm
entire
saying. Like,
path?
it's not gonna last very long, so why are we doing this?
Yeah.
It
It's
would
gonna
be
cave no
8
matter
minute.
what.
It might not cave no matter what. It could
We
be that the
can't glue
explosion
it.
destabilized it, and then you let it fucking get its tremors out, and then it could restabilize.
But rocks were literally falling.
That would happen regardless, though.
I think the move is just bolt it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
run.
As much
It-
as I
it-
love the giant goat idea.
It's completely up to you guys what you want to do.
What direction? We don't even know. Because we don't have any space. We know that the devil is beyond there somewhere.
The plan has always been
Okay, yeah. So there's a point, Blaze. Does the collapsing look like it's going to collapse like this room here, or does it look like it's going to collapse all of this as well and potentially block our
It-
passage this way?
It looks specifically like between these 2 points, there's stuff like attached to the ceiling so that rubble would fall and block this area so that you couldn't immediately get in and maybe crush anyone that's there, not necessarily collapse the whole cave or the room. Because I don't
that
think the
case-
explosion was strong enough to do that.
Let's get
Actually-
big goat, and let's see what's in that room.
Okay.
We could clear the rubble.
You could also clear the rubble afterwards. It's up to you guys what you want to do.
No need to waste spell slots.
Because if it was like designed to protect whatever is in there, not destroy it, it would be just this area of rubble, which easy.
Yeah, and I might be able to like it's rock, and I might just be able to just move it. Like
Like move earth or whatever.
yeah. So let's
There's
yeah,
literally a spell for that.
yeah. So fuck it. Let's leave the thing to collapse and get the fuck.
All right,
Get the fuck.
get the fuck.
Get the fuck.
I have
Which
a
direction?
question because I realized I was assuming the whole time. Were we told that the devil is specifically up there, or am I just guessing that this is the next part of the, you know?
You were not told that the devil. You were told that To get to the
Discards
devil,
way.
you need to get through that thing. You are not given necessarily more direct information than that.
So it could really just be sitting there while we were fighting, and we don't know.
Yeah, could be. It could be sitting literally right there, and you don't know.
Okay.
But you only have like we're still paused in a split second. Which direction you guys are going? Because as soon as you've decided that, that's when the session's going to end.
Could
Yeah, so-
one Kruak have seen between its legs while they were fighting? I mean, because I'm assuming
Rock was
there's
a
bunch of
bit
animals here.
focused on the thing.
That's the point. I like went surfing and fucking dipped in and out of it. Did I get any like view on it on anything that could have been in that room?
Considering the amount of movement you took and what you were doing, no. You were focused on killing the two things and making the thieves' tools check to stop it exploding. You didn't take a leisurely look around.
But you did
Damn.
say that you said that it was dark in this room.
Yeah.
So the only light sources are ours. Was there a light in that direction which people would notice out of the corner of their eye?
Ooh.
No, there was not a light in that room.
So it was a dark room.
It was a dark room.
Okay.
Devils don't need light.
You never know. If he's
So-
glowing or some shit. Remember what the orcs looked like?
Fuck! I want to go this way so bad now. I want to be over there.
Yeah, now I want to see. I need to know.
We can clear the rebel next session.
Or
Or we could just giant goat.
yeah, I can. Or
Okay.
Or Al can trap himself on the other side of the rubble.
So
the most Al thing ever.
you've had some time to discuss now. This is happening in a beat. What is everyone doing?
Right. Croc is going to say, I think we should go this way.
I don't like
I'm-
that, Al.
I'm
I'm
just
just
making sure
going.
Al's okay, so I'm following
I'm just
Al.
going. Fucking
Okay.
going.
So Al's
Oh my
in. Luna
God.
goes with. Where does Croc go? Knight's going in. A lot of the
Yeah.
party are diving into the room.
Listen. If you want to keep something away from me, I want to know what it is.
Okay, so Croc is so fast right now. So Croc is going to look at John and Vren and see what their reactions are to the party going in there. Is John starting to come upstairs?
John is, I guess, split second. Everyone's running into this room. There's a cave in. Fuck it. John wants to be with friends and not left alone with cultists.
Aww.
Okay, Croc is looking at Vren. Are we going in?
Vren's
Okay.
running in. It seems the majority of people are running in. Vren is following in.
Yeah, fucking
Sorry,
succeed or
Greg.
die together.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
just fucking stampeding off a cliff right now. Holy shit.
Yep, Croc's going to zip in.
Okay, perfect.
What do we all see?
Allowing me to reveal this rug in the center of the room.
Fucking kidding.
Ah,
Oh, nice. That is a nice rug.
It is.
Not.
Which slightly distracts you from the throne over here
Wait,
with the
Oh,
pit fiend on it.
is there a cat on the rug?
There is not a cat on the rug, I'm sorry.
Okay, so the
that
rug's not a
is
mimic.
a
Okay.
throne on a pit fiend. Oh, okay.
It was supposed to be a throne with a pit fiend on it. It started as a pit fiend with a throne on it.
He was just moving his chair to make it all dramatic.
Someone fucked up that order.
so someone's
yes.
already been here and killed the pit fiend. There's a chair
So-
on it. That's okay.
A gigantic stone throne with a pit fiend sitting on it, of which has no right arm and no right leg. Entirely gone, just torn clean off. The wounds have barely sealed over. You see like half of his jaw on the right side, gone too, not looking particularly good. Dead center through like the center of his chest where you'd assume the heart to be is just giant jagged iron spike pulsing with runes. And you can see the top of the spike, there's this cool blue glow to the runes.
Hey,
As it goes down...
you said there was no glow.
Yeah, there was no glow, and now you're in the room. There is a cool blue pulse to the runes as the pit fiend lofts its head and looks towards all of you.
Okay, hear me out.
With
So-
a growly...
Me and Croc are,
hello.
are hasted, right?
Mhm.
No.
Can we just leave them?
Is it too late to, you know?
Meh.
Laters.
As the knight takes this split second to Is it too late to? The rocks fall behind you, sealing the entrance, trapping you in this room. And that is where we'll be ending for today.
Way to go, Al.
The segment happening is Al like making the split decision to go this way, and as soon as like he stops moving, he sees the pet fiend and freezes. So everyone that dashed into the room just bumped into Al and saw the pet fiend.